What's going on everyone, Jam is here back with another Street Fighter V video, and this video here is a continuation video in the matchup breakdown series where I discuss some important points regarding all of Mika's matchups in Street Fighter V. Now we've nearly covered 15 characters in the Street Fighter V roster, and that's not even half the cast, but thankfully we've gone over 12 matchups so far, all of which you can find on my YouTube channel. But for our 13th video, let us take a look at how our buxom blonde fares against the paradoxical Avenger, Nash. So to kick things off, we'll be covering the first topic of these breakdown videos, and that is how Nash goes about punishing dropkick. The first answer you are seeing here is Nash's medium attacks, standing medium punch and crouching medium punch. Nash's medium punches are a pretty simple solution when it comes to dealing with the dropkick. Both have decent hitboxes and don't really put Nash at the risk of getting crush countered. Once either medium punch connects, Nash can cancel them into his sonic boom and leave himself at +6 frame advantage. The frame data doesn't really matter here, the projectile just gets Mika to block. The next solution you are seeing is Nash's standing hard kick. Standing hard kick is another straightforward tool to tackle Mika's dropkick, but I personally like this option. It's not special cancelable by any means, and Nash probably won't cancel into his V trigger from it. It's generally used as a deterrent. The final option Nash has against the dropkick is his standing hard punch. Standing hard punch is the go-to crush counter option Nash has, which when it connects, puts Mika in an airborne spinning state. Now the follow-ups from the crush counter standing hard punch are pretty limited. Nash basically has to cancel into his specials Sonic Scythe or Tragedy Assault, as they give him the most mileage in those situations. If Nash has V-Trigger available, then he can net himself a little more damage, but nothing truly significant. As you have witnessed, Nash's solutions to the dropkick are pretty lackluster in the damage department, but at least they force Mika to go on the defensive or send her full screen, which is ultimately good for Nash. The second thing I will be discussing will always be a follow-up to the previous section, and that is how Nash goes about anti-airing Mika. The first option you are seeing here is Nash's normal attack anti-air standing hard kick. Standing hard kick is actually a really good anti-air for Nash in my personal opinion due to its hitbox and active frames. Now unfortunately for Nash, the standing hard kick loses to dive bomb, so if Nash relies on this option too much, then you can expect the body splash to beat it. The next option Nash can use is his special attack anti-air EX Sonic Scythe. Sonic Scythe works really well against quite a few aerial options in Street Fighter V and has been one of his go-to anti-air options since Season 1. I personally think it's his best anti-air. The only downside is Nash has to spend 1 bar to use this. But on a positive note, EX Sonic Scythe pretty much nullifies the dive bomb option due to the hitbox being really big and the ton of active frames it provides, 13 to be precise. The final anti-air option Nash can use is none other than his air throw, Air Jack. By using the air throw, Nash nets himself 140 damage, but not only that, it sends Mika full screen, resetting the situation to neutral. The air throw also beats the dive bomb as Nash is technically meeting Mika in the air, making the option irrelevant. Just like other air throws, you will see this used when Nash is confident Mika will jump at him or try to prevent a cross-up. Nash has some pretty decent anti-air options against Mika, especially the ones that cover both regular jump-ins and dive bomb. He has to focus real hard on his spacing, because if he gets that wrong, then things can go downhill, which may lose him the round. Now this third topic I want to go over with you guys is something I haven't brought up in a while, and that is how Mika can utilize her EX Shooting Peach in this matchup. As we know, EX Shooting Peach is an excellent EX move in general and probably one of the best in Street Fighter V, but against Nash, it can play a huge role. The first thing EX Peach is useful for is punishing a max distance medium Sonic Scythe. The medium Sonic Scythe is -10 on block, so in theory it's severely punishable, but when done from max distance, very few characters can punish it outside of a critical art. Mika is one of the few characters with that luxury of punishing. The next thing EX Peach can do is punish Nash's forward hard punch. Forward hard punch is another move that is incredibly unsafe, -13 on block to be precise, but at certain ranges it can be a bit awkward to punish. Luckily for Mika, she doesn't have to worry about that. If the forward hard punch is done from max distance, the EX Peach will not punish. This is because the first hit won't connect, putting Mika in a dangerous spot. The third thing EX Peach can deal with is Nash's light sonic boom. This version of Sonic Boom is -6 on block, meaning EX Peach will punish it clean. So if Nash uses this, whether it be raw or cancelled into from a button, then Mika should throw out EX Peach to punish. Another thing to note is that if Nash cancels into a different version of Sonic Boom, i.e. the medium version or the heavy version, EX Peach can interrupt it. So examples being stand hard punch into heavy Sonic Boom, crouching medium punch into heavy Sonic Boom, stuff like that. It's not imperative that you know, but it doesn't hurt to look into. One more thing to consider is that EX Peach can help Mika with whiff punishing. The move is fast on startup and covers quite a bit of ground. The example I have here is for St.HK being whiff punished, but there are other moves it can help out with as well. As stated in the past, EX Shooting Peach has amazing utility in general. When you have at least one bar of meter, remember that EX Peach is Mika's best friend for quite a few situations, and is one of her ways to gain the momentum. The fourth point being mentioned is something that you definitely want to consider when facing Nash, and that is how to deal with his V-reversal, Sonic Avoid. Nash's V-reversal doesn't inflict grade damage like most V-reversals in Street Fighter V, due to it not actually hitting the opponent, but instead provides him with means of escape, like a few others. You may see Nash use this to avoid the guessing situations from, Lady Mika, a block dropkick, crouching hard punch into V-trigger, situations like those. Now one way to deal with Nash's V-reversal is by doing a manually timed command throw. Once you see the V-reversal, walk back a few frames and input a command throw, and you should stop Nash from trying to escape after it's done. You may have seen Fudo or Luffy do this in tournament. It may take a while to get down, and it's not guaranteed to work every time, but it is an option. Also, if you find Nash trying to V-reversal your light attacks, then be ready with either a regular throw or command throw. V-reversaling light attacks is a no-go in Street Fighter V due to how quick they recover, but in this case, the throws will stop Nash from going to the other side, and depending on what throw Mika did, put her in a beneficial situation. Depending on the character, Nash's V-reversal is relatively easy to deal with. You won't always be ready to deal with Nash's V-reversal, but at least you're aware of how Mika can deal with it. The fifth and final point I want to mention for this video will be shifting over to the V-trigger side of things, and that is how Nash can utilize Sonic Move, his V-trigger 1, in this particular matchup. Since vanilla Street Fighter V, Nash's V-trigger 1 has gone through various changes, making it weaker in some areas, but it still has some good uses against Mika. The first thing Nash may use it for is to have another reliable option in regards to punishing dropkick. By holding back and pressing heavy punch and heavy kick simultaneously, Nash will appear right above Mika's head and be able to get a full combo from his jumping medium kick. The damage will be unscaled due to the combo starting with his V-trigger. Another thing Nash can use V-trigger 1 for is to help punish Mika's V-skill from full screen. Mika shouldn't be doing V-skill against certain characters arbitrarily anyway, but Nash can teleport behind Mika and either get a free grab or a basic combo. If the opponent goes behind Mika while she's using her V-skill, she cannot turn around. She is completely vulnerable. One final thing V-trigger 1 can help Nash do is get properly rewarded for landing a stray hit or whiff punishing. Nash doesn't get a huge reward for landing certain attacks in neutral, but with the help of V-trigger 1 he can add a little more damage and get a side switch for the positional advantage. You will probably see Nash try to convert off normals like crouching medium kick, forward hard punch, so if Mika isn't careful then she may find herself in a dangerous situation. Personally I think Nash's V-trigger 1 is better than his V-trigger 2. Easier to acquire and has better practicality. The examples shown here were just a few things Nash can use V-trigger 1 for, so I strongly recommend you head into training mode and see what other situations Nash can use his V-trigger 1 for so that you're better prepared in the future. And that's pretty much it for the video, people. Hopefully by watching this you now understand the Mika-Nash matchup a little better than you did before. I honestly feel this matchup is slightly in Mika's favour. Mika has a ton of ways around Nash's Sonic Boom, EX Sonic Peach helps out a lot in this matchup, and her comeback factor is way better. Not to mention she can be more flexible with her frame traps since Nash doesn't have a 3-frame button. Nash does have some tools to help keep Mika out, but he really has to be 110% focused. Head into training mode and practice punishing moves with EX Shooting Peach, as I feel that will help you out in quite a few situations, as well as dealing with Nash's V-reversal, as that can prove to be quite annoying. Also have a mess around with both Nash's V-triggers, just so you don't get caught out by either one of them in the future. Let me know how you felt about the video in the comments below. Was the information helpful? Did I miss out something that you felt I should have put in the video? All feedback is greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed the video and have not subscribed to the channel, then why not subscribe? If not, thanks for watching anyway. I'll also leave my other social media outlets in the description below if you want to follow me on those as well. I've made a playlist for these matchup breakdown videos now, so the link to that will be in the description below as well. This has been your boy HT Jammers, and I'll see you guys on the next video. So until then, take care and enjoy the rest of your day.